Mission Age came out a while ago. Yeah, I know I'm late, but I had finals. This DLC is pretty girthy, and I have brain damage and even mess up trying to cut corners on my runs or get like 200 years in. And restart because I believe I could have done a better for me, like a slight difference in build game plan. Also, topped it off, OBS just, I don't know, just wasn't doing its thing. I like almost all the footage just doesn't work, and typically I check all of that. After I finish recording anything, I'll look through it, but it hasn't really messed up in a while. So I thought, hey, it's probably fine. But of course, the time I don't do that, it doesn't work. So that's cool. Anyway, enough preamble. Machine Age is arguably one of the best DLCs or expansion, whatever you want to call it, but from a price point as well as quality. Now you may know that Stellaris pricing for DLCs is not the best. If you see my previous videos on DLCs, I think most of them are overpriced. Machine Age being $25, but you do get quite a lot of content. Now, to put a few things in perspective, you get a whole new crisis type with multiple different endings, all unique, different, options, all of that, and it's only really like an eighth of what this DLC offers. Meanwhile, there's Nemesis, which still is fun, but offers much more bland version of this, and it's $20. I mean, you do get the Imperial ship set, which does look pretty cool, but you get two ship sets in Machine Age, both looking really good, and two poster sets, the Diamantic ones, which are my personal favorite, which have various implants. There's a lot of different, cool visual stuff to it, and I usually don't talk about this, but the DLC also came with a pretty banger soundtrack. To what will probably be the main appeal is the new Crisis, Synth Queen, or Synthad, I believe her name is, my brain's broken, which unlike the other Crisis isn't just like an endless wave of enemies that wants to kill you. I mean, she does want to kill everyone, but it's more so a problem that builds up over time, and even she can be like kind of someone to work with, and she's actually like more interactive. There's multiple endings, or Shroud one, which actually gives you a reason to do that in this DLC, even though it's focused on the most cybernetic aesthetic. There's a pretty cool ending from that, which I won't get into, but if you want to do that, you could do that. And just by far the best Crisis. It way more interactive, the cool factor, just the feeling of it all. It feels more like just like an event they actually need to kind of combat instead of just. I mean, the other ones still do feel like that, but this one in particular, just because how Sentada is, I can't really describe it. Besides, it's an actual thing you can talk to, so it just makes it, I don't know, maybe more threatening, like more like a Thanos type of situation. There's like a actual entity you can talk to and has personality and all of that, and isn't just immediately just murder. But what I just mentioned, I would say 25 great DLCs, not too bad. We are not done though. The new Origins won't just getting access to the new Arc Furnace and Star, which the new mid-game mega structures are a very nice addition. The Arc Furnace giving a lot of minerals and a good chunk of alloys, and it actually it makes deposits on the celestial bodies in the system, which is really great for habitats because instead of deposits, you also can make mine districts off of them, and you get more alloys from those deposits when you build on top of those. Also, the Daxon Spear, which increases the output of a star, of course, energy, but it also could be applied to the physics output, so you actually can make it a fairly strong research thing if you want to do that as well. Level 2 are really good, both from a narrative and gameplay. Cybernetic Creed gives a good amount of options for what builds you can do within the Origin, and it's the once I realize my flesh is weak, it disgusted me type thing. So if you want to do a Mechanicus or Mechanicum, cosplay build, whatever, in Stellaris, this is the closest thing you're going to get to it. It also locks you into a cybernetic ascension path, and it gets you pretty quick too, which is nice. You'll probably get a pretty strong starting trait, and your priests also make engineering research. Overall, really good Origin. Synthetic Fertility locks you into the Synthetic Ascension tree, and with all the research bonuses unlocked, you start more pops, but they're on a decline, can't colonize other planets. A little more basics and essentially just getting into the path as fast as possible, but given how synthetic is typically the hardest one to get to because you need the rare technology and all of that, it takes a bit to research. The narrative aspects of it are pretty good with the new trees for it, and yes, I said trees. There are three on top of the new stuff for the Ascension path, including government type for it. The aesthetic tree itself is a lot better as a situation to give ace bonuses during, as well as the whole 3 edition trees you can get on top of synthetic, which is during the final stage aesthetic, which depends on which tech you got. Although I do think virtuality is always available as an option. Either way, yeah, they all play pretty differently and add quite a bit. You also get the special aesthetic authority when it's finished creation. I do wish other perhaps got this treatment, maybe like Psionic, because in terms of sort of it also need like a rare technology, a little most different, and it has the most interactive sort of things comparatively to the other two with the whole shroud dive and all that stuff. And there already is some cool interactions. I mean, even this DLC there is as well. I think before I was mentioned with the crisis, I would like if at least Ionic got this treatment with this whole DLC, focusing on that. But overall, really cool. I typically don't go for Cynic, but that's just a lot of replayability, a lot of things you can do with it. You get 6 civets too, which modify the game a good amount. Genesis guys, which I need to do more like playing around, but it feels like its own origin and focus on upleveling pre-sapient species, and it's overall pretty strong. Again, I have to play for more, but it definitely is something. Natural design is the anti-ascension path perk civic whatever, gives more organic trait points, pop growth for each ascension perk taken. You get some other stuff with some pretty substantial civics. Augmentation bazaars, which requires megacorp, is all about, you guess it from title alone, it's about augmentation. So cybernetic, I recommend just going through the wiki or in-game reading, because they're all good amount, but I just want to be here just reading off a list, which you can just do for yourself. And you know, I mean, you could argue that's what this whole video is, but anyway, there are a lot of other things, but it's just the major stuff I think matters. The DLC is very good. Do I think you need to get it? No, which is great, because everything here is just new, good, fun. It's just, by the way, amazing art. They really went all out with the art, because there's a lot of it in general, and it's just good. Some good shit. But yeah, just good fun. Nothing I feel like it should have been added to the base game. The only thing I feel like maybe should have been base game is individual machines, which is now a thing, which I'm not sure why I wasn't that thing to begin with, but you know, whatever. That's the only thing I probably say we should have been base game, but for the amount of level content you're getting, I'm perfectly fine with that. And it's kind of funny to think about, particularly because Astral Planes came out last, and there's only $5 more, and the amount of content you get comparatively to Astral Planes is not even close to, like, it's for $5. This is how much more content we get. I mean, hell, if it costs $5 and we get this more content, I keep pumping out $25 more DLCs, because this shit is good.